a lot has gone on, and some would say that the coalition government, especially the minor coalition partners, it's been called an assault on Maoridom, if you like, with some of the things that they've brought up. Obviously, talking about the Maori wards and how councils are going to have to go back and sort of have referendums and that. And then obviously the big one, the treaty as well. And I'm sure you were, just tell us your involvement in the sort of protest against that and your feelings on what has been happening, all these legislative changes.
Yeah, so we'll start at the end and work our way backwards, I think. So when it came time for the Treaty Principles Bill, I actually asked to speak on it. You know, I felt compelled. You know, I hold a Maori seat, therefore a Maori mandate, and I really wanted to speak on it. And just how unnecessary it is. You know, just so disappointing that, and the fact is, you know, I don't think National deserve to be applauded for saying we're not going to support this by the first past the first reading, because in fact by supporting the first reading it's given oxygen to it for another 6 months, so that, you know, the debate continues while people put in submissions. The hikoi, I think, was just a beautiful demonstration of the New Zealand we are now. You know, it wasn't just Maori marching, it was all cultures. And to be here, to be part of it, I was really grateful that we were able to be part of the Wellington leg, and then to come and receive them at Parliament it was just an amazing wairua, amazing atmosphere. It was peaceful, it was constructive, and it was a really sad culmination of, as you said, and it has been described as incessant attacks on Māori. To see the Māori Health Authority, you know, dismantled in one day after only a year of attempting to put things right, that was disheartening. And, you know, to see some of my colleagues who had worked on its establishment crying because it hasn't even been given a chance, cut down. But it's not even just things that directly impact Māori, like removing Section 7AA from the Oranga Tamariki Act. You know, other things like the smoke-free bill, that's going to have a direct impact on Māori and Pacifica whānau. So in that sense, Andrew, it has been quite a exhausting year, because it seemed like every day something new. And then when you're out in the communities and whānau are like, what the heck is going on? Even non-Māori, what the heck is going on? So I think we'll see a poll about from, you know, how New Zealand across the board feels about that bill shortly.
Yeah. And were you surprised at the depth of feeling on the hikoi? How people were passionate about this?
No, I wasn't surprised, but I was definitely impressed with the organisation and the amount of people who showed up, you know, who voted with their feet effectively. Because we saw the you know, the head arrive in Wellington, but if you added up everyone throughout Aotearoa, and I mean, I believe some people decided a couple of days out, you know, we're actually going to demonstrate as well, and they were getting between 2,500 and 4,500 people at such short notice. So big mihi to the organisers. It was very well executed, and as I said, it was peaceful. Now the message, Andrew, is we need to get on record and make submissions. So that's a lot of the work that's going on. And I just want to really commend people in communities who are running submission workshops, because it can seem like an intimidating prospect to some people. So the messages I've been putting out is it doesn't have to be, you know, a major piece of written, you know, literal genius. It can simply be a message saying, I do not support this bill.
Okay, we don't have too much time, but just, do you think the country is racially divided at the moment?
I actually think this has racially brought us together. Okay, I think what's going on is that we have a government that is just sort of, it's such a three-headed beast that, you know, we've got a prime minister who's entertaining the whim of one man who obviously has his supporters, but it just seems ridiculous when two of the coalition partners do not support the bill, but they're wasting not only our time, but wasting taxpayer resource to write a bill at about $4 million that they're saying they're not going to support, and actually causing angst. I do wonder, Andrew, if the intent was to try and cause some racial.
Yeah.
Brought really positive support from around the world.